Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at the brand new 2021 Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. We're going to do an EBPMAN style call quality test. It's going to include new tests, household noises, including our quiet, noise, and windy environments. We're also going to have our audio test to give you a sense of what these sound like. So let's get right to it. Now, much has changed with the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro this year, and for that reason, I would not put these in an incremental upgrade, but more of a significant transformational technical upgrade and also a common sense earbud usage experience upgrade. They are more intuitive and smarter than ever before. Now this year they returned back to my preferred, and I'm sure your model, where you have an in-ear model. So it goes into your ear canal, and that's going to give you improved audio and call quality. So let's check out what's in the box so you can see what you can expect. Now, as we check out what's included with your Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, you'll notice that you'll get your Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro and the case. You'll have some ear tips as well as a USB-A to USB-C cable. Now, you have extra ear tips. Make sure that you size them correctly. So if you do have one or the other that tends to fall out of your ear, make sure you increase the size. If you find that one causes too much pressure, you can also reduce the size of the tip. You don't have to have the same size ear tip in each ear. Now, while the case looks like last year's case, and check this out, here I have the Pro, and these are the ones that I carry in my jacket. These are with me all the time. This is my Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. So these are the Live, and you can see these right here. The case looks the same. It's around the same size. I actually have a cover on mine that we reviewed, and we're going to be reviewing more cases as well. But they are similar in size. They also support wireless charging. You'll notice that it has USB-C here. But one of the things I've noticed is that I feel that the overall craftsmanship, the actual quality of the material, the feel seems to be improved. They seem to be higher quality. Now, in addition to having an LED indicating what your charging level is, they are magnetic. They do lock into place. When you take them out and you put them back in, they lock into place really nicely. And again, they do support wireless charging. Now, for those of you who are really interested in the wireless charging capability, just check this out. So we're just going to put it right here on this wireless charger, and then you'll see it immediately starts to charge. Now, before taking a closer look at the earbuds themselves, let's talk about some of the specs. First of all, IPX7 rating, which means you can use these in the gym. You have no problems with sweat. Matter of fact, they can be submerged in 3 feet of water for up to 30 minutes, but they're not for swimming. Now, from a Bluetooth perspective, they have Bluetooth 5.0, so you have no sync issues with video or any kind of games. And from a battery life, they actually have great battery life, but it depends on your usage. So for example, and listen up, if you have ANC and Bixby on, both of these on at the same time, you can expect 4.5 hours and 16 hours with the charging case. If you have ANC or Bixby on, you can expect anywhere from 5 to 18 hours. Again, that's with the case. So 5 hours per use, 18 when you use the case and charge. Now, if you have ANC and Bixby off, then it really blasts off. You're talking about 8 hours of usage per charge, 28 hours with the case. Now, here's one thing. You can still use these independently, right? So if you think about it, you're wearing one for 8 hours, you wait the other one for another 8 hours, you can actually get a lot more battery life by using them independently. And I can tell you, I tend to use one at a time. Now, as we take a closer look at the earbuds themselves, we'll take them out of the case and we'll put these on, and then we'll go into some of the other features because the design has changed pretty radically. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and as you can see, there's several contact points. There's like some windscreens in here that we're going to talk about in a second, and then the overall earbuds themselves. One of the things I noticed that was interesting is that the actual earpiece, they have depth to it. Look at, so typically you have a gel, right, that's in place, and that gel basically is really close to the speaker, but notice how much extra material there is here. See this? This is what I noticed that was really interesting. So you get, I would say, a deeper ear, I would say, seal when you put these on, and the material itself doesn't really have your earbud going really deep in. It's more of the silicone that goes around. Now, the other thing about these, and we'll go ahead and put these on so you can take a look at them, they are indicated. You have your right indicator and your left indicator in each. They changed the design. The design has changed quite a bit, the way they look. So we're going to put this in place right here, and we're going to put it in place right here. Once you lock in, you do get the inaudible noise, and you get active noise canceling, or you get the transparency mode, depending on which one you have on. But there are some super cool features. Before we get into those cool features and we talk about audio and all the new tech, let's turn to the right. Let's turn to the left so you can see what they look like. So again, I think that they have a reasonably low profile. They're not sticking out of your ear. They look great. So now let's talk about some of the tech that has changed. So first of all, this year's version has dual speakers. You have a woofer and a tweeter. And you didn't have this in the past. You have an 11mm woofer and a 6.5 millimeter tweeter. You also have air venting to prevent kind of like that earplug type feature. So when you put in, let's say like some earbuds on, it may kind of give you kind of that clogged feeling. These you won't get that feeling whatsoever because they have an air vent that allows, it's almost like your ear gets to breathe, so you don't get that pressure that you typically would. Now ANC works better than ever before. It uses one mic to hear what's going on around you, another internal mic to hear how much is getting in the earbud, and then basically based on what it hears on the outside and what it thinks you hear on the inside, it comes up with the best active noise canceling signal. They claim up to 99% active noise canceling, which is absolutely fantastic. Now the other cool feature is that if you have active noise canceling on and you start to talk, active noise canceling will turn off automatically and enable ambient noise, so you can actually hear. I'm telling you, when I wear earbuds or headphones and I have active noise canceling, I typically have to turn it off or I have to tap it, but this is part of the intelligence, part of that smart workflow that makes the use of these earbuds so natural. Automatically it goes into ambient mode, and the ambient mode actually has multiple settings. One which I prefer, or one of the ones that I really like, it's just almost like super hearing. You can actually have a boosted version which gives you fantastic hearing. Now from my perspective, you're looking at 3 mics for call quality, 2 of which basically create a beam, right? So they basically create this beam that comes down that captures your voice and eliminates everything else that's around you. The other cool thing is that it has windshield technology that basically is going to eliminate all wind around you. And we're going to test that out with an EBPMAN style call quality test that's going to determine if it does block out the wind. Now, for those of you who may have a hearing deficiency where you may not hear the same on every ear, and you tend to need maybe one ear volume to be higher, you could also adjust it in this year's app. So you can actually, let's say if you have a hard of hearing situation with your left ear, you can increase the volume of your left ear and not affect your right ear, which is pretty cool. Now, a couple features that we're not going to be able to test on the channel are the 360 audio features, which is going to give you almost like a surround sound experience, where as you turn your head to the left and you turn your head to the right, the directionality of the music goes with you. So this is something that we've seen in some of the tests that we've done in the past. Apple has this feature as well, but this is something that's only available on One UI 3.1. So when we get the S21s, we'll be testing that here on the channel. So now what about the audio quality? What about that woofer and that tweeter implementation? I have to say that I've noticed an improved audio experience. The bass, I feel that it's punchier, and I also have mine set up where I have the bass boost. Mids and highs are present, they don't overwhelm each other, but they're super duper clear. I also think that the fact that it's an in-ear model, it gives you a better audio experience, even if you don't have active noise canceling on, because the actual passive seal when you put these in your ear is fantastic. Now next I'm going to show you how the ambient noise turns on automatically when you start speaking. If you have ANC on, or even if you have ANC off, it'll switch automatically to allow you to speak and hear what's going on. Watch this, I'm going to turn it on and then I'm going to stay quiet for a second and then I'll speak so you can see the switch. Now this is a test, 1, 2, 3, this is a test. Notice how it changed to ambient sound immediately. Now I'm going to stay quiet so you can see how it switches back. There you have it. Isn't that cool? All right, so other parts of the program that we could look at. So you have your voice detect feature that you can turn on here. You also have the different levels of ambient sound up to extra high. You have the ability to block touches. You also have the ability to just control how things are going to work. So you can either have switched noise controls, depending on how you touch and hold. Also, you can see that you can do volume up. You can also have shortcuts to Spotify. You have the ability to read notifications. You have some advanced features here. So one of the things that can happen now is that you can actually just speak to Bixby and it will automatically start responding. So there's no prompting. It just kicks in seamlessly. And then in the hearing enhancement area, this is where you can compensate for a left or right ear hearing deficiency. So you can make one louder than the other, right? So for that balance that we were talking about. And then what you have is find your earbuds, which is going to allow you to locate your earbuds, reset, and then you have your software upgrade. By the way, as soon as I had these, I checked to see if there was an upgrade, and I did upgrade them because there's one available. Now, the last thing I want to cover on the app is the active noise canceling. And in order to do that, I disabled active noise canceling from my voice. And you notice that you have 2 settings. You either have a low active noise canceling level or a high active noise canceling level. But remember, It's actually listening to the noise around you. It's listening to how much noise is getting into your ear canal, and then it's making the appropriate, intelligent, I would say, calculations to give you the best hearing experience. But to help you judge these yourselves, let's go ahead and check out our EBPMAN style audio quality test.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road. We crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you.
Next, we'll do a call quality test. Make sure that you're wearing some headphones and earbuds so you can experience how the calls sound. Now we're going to do our call quality test in a quiet environment of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. If we take a look at our decibel readings, anywhere between 22 and 25 decibels. It's going to switch. Now this is what the call quality will sound like making a phone call on the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro in a quiet environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add wind to test the wind protection technology. Now this is what the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro would sound like with wind in a quiet environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is what the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro sound like with a windy environment. Now we're testing out the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, but this time with a face mask on. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is what the audio quality will sound like when making a phone call with a face mask on. Now we changed the environment for this call quality test to a much noisier environment. As we take a look at our decibel readings, anywhere from 30 all the way up to 80 decibels of noise. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. We're going to stay quiet to see how much is being canceled, and then we'll do our vocal test. Let's go to switch. This is what the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro sound like in a noisy environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is what the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro sound like in a noisy environment. Now we're testing the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro in an environment where you have a child crying in the background. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is what the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro sound like with a child crying in the background. Now we're testing out the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, but this time with dogs barking in the background. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is a test. This is what they sound like with a dog barking in the background. Now we're testing the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, but this time with a doorbell ringing in the background. This is what they sound like when a doorbell's ringing in the background. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. Significant upgrade, fantastic experience. These are a must-buy.